Hey everybody, Marcus Graves here, and today we're going to get into some film talk. Now, a couple topics that I've seen have elicited a response from me. Something I'm like, you know what? Okay, let's talk about this. Let's discuss it a little bit. First thing on the agenda today is the Harley Quinn movie being referred to as a girl gang movie. Uh, I believe this is still Gotham City Sirens. This movie that's going to be directed by Kathy Hahn, I'm assuming is taking the place of Gotham City Sirens. Correct me if I'm wrong. Because as far as I remember, like a while ago, David Ayer still said that he was attached to direct Gotham City Sirens. Now, there had been some possible contention on that, if he had been let go or if he hadn't. But if this is taking the place of Gotham City Sirens, or Kathy Hahn is coming on for to replace David Ayer, I should say, then okay, fine. And I also read that the idea is to make it a rated R film. All well and good. That's fine. I think what Warner Brothers needs to do with their DC branch of films. Look, all of their ideas are not bad. I'm of the mindset a lot of people were very quick to criticize Warner Brothers for jumping straight into Justice League instead of doing what Marvel Studios did and doing standalone films leading up to the Avengers, which worked. It had a very big potential of not working, though. You know what I mean? I mean, who's to say that anybody could have not followed along with those standalone movies? You could have got the Thor, Captain America, and it could have been like the Salinger Captain America films and the Thor that came up in the Bill Bixby. It could have been one of those things, and everybody would have dropped it immediately. It just so happened that now we have a 10-year franchise that culminated with Infinity War, which, by the way, aside, I have not seen Infinity War yet. I know I'm late to the party. Don't worry, I'm gonna get on it. So please, no spoilers in the comments for Infinity War. But I know DC got a lot of flack for, and more so Warner Brothers, got a lot of flack for jumping straight into a team-up movie without having established all of your main players immediately. All of your main players separately. Superman, yes, you had Man of Steel, but then you immediately throw Batman, and Superman, and Wonder Woman into the same film, and yes, you had a standalone Wonder Woman film, but you didn't have a standalone Aquaman or Flash or Cyborg film. I'm of the mindset that you didn't really need a Cyborg standalone film, so that's fine. But one, it could have worked out. Here's the thing. It's possible to bring heroes together that you don't know this incarnation of together for the first time and let that be the first film. No, Marcus, you can't do that. Yes, you can. If any of you have seen Justice League, the animated series in the early 2000s, yes, you can. Because the very first 2 episodes of that are built to establish who the Justice League is before they're even the Justice League. So you establish Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Hawkgirl, Martian Manhunter, John Stewart, Green Lantern, Wally West, Flash. You establish all of them, and then you just go on with the show. And yes, you continue to develop them, but you go on. You could have done that with these films. It's all in the writing of it. It's all in the writing. It's possible to do it in a live-action format. Those who say you can't go from animated to a live-action thing, I'm sorry. Frankly, I believe that's bullshit. No matter what you do, whether it be animated or live-action, it's storytelling. So it could have worked. That being said, has it worked? Financially, for some films, yes. Audience reaction to films such as Wonder Woman, yes. To films such as Batman v Superman, Suicide Squad, and to a lesser degree Justice League, no. All of those films in the DCEU, Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman, Justice League, and to be fair, I have not seen Justice League, so I'm going to take that off. I know what the story is. I know the story beats. I know things of that nature, so I kind of have an inkling of the storytelling in it. But for the sake of the fact that I can't truly speak to the writing and the direction of it, I'm going to leave that off. Batman v Superman, Man of Steel, Wonder Woman, Suicide Squad had a lot of writing issues, had a lot of storytelling issues, had a lot of direction issues. Varied. For one reason or another. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. There are also some strong elements to those films too. Did the limited elements outweigh the dynamic elements? Give or take in a lot of areas, yeah, and for a lot of those films. So now we come to the current state of the DCEU, where they're talking about doing a standalone Joker film that's completely separate from the DCEU. We're talking about a Nightwing film. We're talking about a Batgirl film that Joss Whedon just got let go from. We're talking about a Flashpoint film that's no longer going to be called Flashpoint, but it's still dealing with the events of Flashpoint. You know, we are so all over the place. And I'm going to propose that that's fine if you go about it this way. Warner Brothers in DC has been killing it in the animated film department. Now, are all of them hits? No. No, of course they're not. But a lot of them have been. Batman, Under the Red Hood, Flashpoint Paradox, Justice League Doom, which, you know, was pretty decent. Batman Beyond, Return of the Joker. You've had a lot of success with the DC animated films. My idea is scrap the DCEU. With the Flashpoint movie, end it. Completely nix it, completely cut it. The end of that film should see multiple universes happen. The multiverse. The infinite Earths that are within the DC multiverse. That's how it should end. Therefore, completely ending the DCEU and letting everybody know, hey, from this point on, everything is fair game. We're just going to do stories. Whatever story we feel like telling, that's what we're going to tell. Because that's how the DC animated films are. There is no overriding or overarching continuity in the DC animated films. Whatever story they feel like telling, they're just, by God, they're going to tell it. If you want to do a Nightwing, you want to do a solo Batman with Matt Reeves, you want to do the Batgirl, you want to do Gotham City Sirens, or whatever it's going to be called now, you want to do Aquaman, you want to do Green Lantern, you want to do all this other stuff, do it. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about that. On to number 2 for today. Jordan Peele, writer and director of Get Out, has just announced that he's coming out with a new film, March 2019, simply entitled Us. Now, there are no story details, but what can we glean from the teaser poster that was released? One thing that we can ascertain from it is that it's going to be a horror film of some, or a thriller of some sort. It starts off by saying a new nightmare from the mind of Academy Award winner Jordan Peele. What's it going to be about? Now, we know that Lupita Nyong'o and Winston Duke are going to be in it. What I'm thinking is this. The poster shows 2 faces. Both faces are in shadow, but both faces, the features of them, appear to be black. One is plain-faced, and the other looks to have like white, tribal-esque markings. What I believe this may be is, and given the title is Us, what I believe this may be about is Get Out was a social thriller about racism, sometimes subtle racism, sometimes, if not racism, racial tension. This may be dealing with racial tension within one race, within the black culture. Because you have a lot nowadays, blacks, most people try to shy away from saying the word black. Oh, this is a black guy or black woman, this and the other. They try to shy away from it, and they go with African American. Me personally, African American is something that I'm like, I'm not African American. Just call me black. The reason I say that is because I am not from Africa. I am not from, nor have I ever been. My ancestors, yes, obviously, obviously. But me myself, I am not African American. The same way I would not consider somebody who is Asian born here Asian American. They are simply American who happens to be Asian. I am an American who is black. you know, but I wonder if this film is going to play with those themes. Black and African American, true Africans, but black Americans. You know what I mean? The different cultures that happen even within that same race. We are the same race, we are different cultures. It just seems like, and the title being Us, a racial tension in the sense like, oh, you're black, you should be acting this way. Well, you're African, you should be acting this way, or something like that. You know what I mean? I mean, because I will tell you from my own experience, just as an example, anybody that's watching right now who is black or and comes from that culture, and maybe it's in other cultures too, where you have a thing where it's like, oh, you couldn't find, like, in a dating situation, where you're with somebody and they're of a different ethnicity. Your culture, your environment, your people, for lack of a better word, saying, oh, you couldn't find an X-race girl, you couldn't find a Hispanic girl, or you couldn't find a Hispanic boy, you couldn't find a black woman, you couldn't find a good black woman, you couldn't find a good, and it's just like, who the fuck cares? It's a woman that I'm attracted to who happens to be Asian, or white or whatever. I have been hit with you couldn't find a black woman? You couldn't mind your own damn business? So I wonder if that's what this film is about. Not necessarily in terms of the relationship, but the type of inclusiveness that certain ethnicities have, that all ethnicities have, that becomes, little by little, segregation. That we are so concerned with keeping it in the family, keeping it in the race, that we've forgotten that there are other people. That we have forgotten that, yes, we all come from different cultures. Yes, we look different. At the end of the day, who we are is who we are, whether we're black, white, purple, red, green, blue. That may be what Us is about. I don't know. What do you guys think it's about? I know I'm definitely looking forward to it. Get Out was very strong. Daniel Kaluuya in Get Out, very dynamic performance that he gave in that film. Jordan Peele did a great job writing and directing it. So I'm definitely looking forward to Us. What do you guys think? Post in the comments your thoughts on where I believe Warner Brothers and the DC live action film should go. Let me know your thoughts on what do you think Us is going to be about. What do you think about my theories for the film? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you're so inclined. Check out all my other videos that I have on my channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.